Radio Tirana. From now on, Radio Tirana listeners, you can hear us only on internet in the following address: radio.tirana-3.
Hello, Radio Tirana listeners, and welcome to our English broadcast. We'll hear the news edition and Albania in a week. Stay tuned with Radio Tirana. And now the main top stories. 260 citizens were tested in the last 24 hours and 13 citizens turned out to be positive with COVID-19, all in the Durrës region. The new cases are contacts of people who are already positive in the hotspot of Durrës, while the active epidemiological investigation in the field is going on. Citizens must continue to be careful to respect the measures taken in order to minimize the spread of the virus to family contacts or beyond. To date, more than 12,000 tests have been performed and 946 citizens across the country have tested positive with COVID-19. Of these, about 76% are cured. Currently in our country, there are 200 active people with COVID-19, mainly in Tirana, Durrës, Kruja, Shkodra, Kamza and Berat. The conditions in the hospitals have been very stable for days now, with 17 hospitalized patients and only 3 of them in intensive care. The Ministry of Health and Social Protection appeals to citizens to be responsible, respecting physical distance, maintaining personal hygiene, avoiding visits to relatives, or animals and businesses must follow strict protocols. The Albanian National Theatre building in Tirana was demolished early in the morning of Sunday amidst clashes with the opposition supporters' protests chanting for the government stopping down. Leaders, supporters of the opposition were pulled out of the theatre before the demolition of the building. 37 people were detained by the police. A group of activists from the Democratic Party and the Socialist Movement for Integration supporters protested against the construction of the new theatre. While work continued for the demolition of the old building where the new building will be constructed, the protest continued, led by former Democratic Party MPs and other activists and artists. National Theatre was built by the Italian forces when they occupied Albania during World War II. The European Union has also reacted to the collapse of the National Theatre, saying that the demolition of the building came at a time when the demand for dialogue between the authorities and civil society was necessary. The EU delegation regrets that the call for dialogue was not followed by the relevant institutions. Since the first hours of this morning, we have been following with deep concern the developments on ground. We urge the parties to show restraint and avoid the escalation of the situation. The demolition of the National Theatre came at a time when we demanded dialogue between the authorities and civil society before an irreversible decision could be made. We are sorry that this call was not followed by the relevant national and local institutions, writes the Post of the European Union. The British Embassy in Tirana has expressed its concern over the lack of dialogue and the episodes of violence that were observed during the operation to demolish the National Theatre building on Sunday morning in the clash between protesters and police. I'm deeply concerned about the lost opportunity for dialogue on the building on the National Theatre and the episodes of violence in Albania. We support the democratic right to protest and call on parties involved to ensure peace. Violence infringes basic principles of democracy, the Embassy of UK said in a statement on social media.